The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Donta.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am, sir, you. Yeah, you. Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Donta and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness. So share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Donta Morrison's website, www.dontamorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Donta. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Donta and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
What's up, Village?
Happy Tuesday. Yo, look who's with me on tonight. Normally on Tuesday, I'm either solo bolo or with a special guest, but I guess he had time tonight. So here he is.
What up, y'all? What up? What up?
Right. Hey, Joe, that's the topic on tonight. We're gonna talk about that and unpack that from a whole different perspective. So I'm glad you're here to get in this discussion. So how you doing, Dana? How did I get you on Tuesday night? What happened or what's not happening in your life?
Right. Well, last night, I had to take the kids to, a little party stuff, boo, all that. Tonight, from all that candy and stuff, one of them wasn't feeling well. So, so that made me not be able to have to go to class and all that. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get on my show and
back up. Let's reel it back just a little bit.
I said, let me get on our show so we can right. Wait, that's how Beyonce looked at Kelly when she's like, we're all lead singers.
Don't do that. Kelly can hold a note. She can sing a tune. Kelly can out sing me. I'm just saying. What's up, Daryl? What's up, Daryl? This love-hate relationship you and Joe got, I love it. It's like, hold on, did the Steelers lose again?
Oh yeah, we are in rebuilding mode, okay?
You're reestablishing yourself.
Yeah, we reestablishing ourselves. Yes.
Right. And that's what the greats do. That's what the greats do. The greats take time to sit back. They don't have to always shine. They recognize their weaknesses and go back to the lab to come back out even better. So I get it, Dana.
Exactly.
And I applaud you for the loyalty. I mean, you are nonstop, diehard, black and yellow, and I commend you for that. And that's a real fan, because a lot of fans, when their team ain't winning, they go and cower in a corner or they get quiet. But you still boldly profess, the Steelers. So
that's
I love
all day, every day.
I love it. They got a hot L.
Yeah, hot one.
They got a hot, steamy L.
It was on fire. And Chris sticking with me.
Right. Y'all loyal. Y'all die hard. But check this out. Talk about shady. Joe was in LA over the weekend.
What?
In LA.
Wow.
Now imagine how I feel knowing that my friend brother was in my town. No. You want to know how I found out? Social media.
On Facebook, on social. Exactly. I saw the social media post, but I didn't know he was here.
Hey, but I'm not hurt. I'm not offended.
Well, you got to look at the source, Dante. Let's unpack this.
I can't unpack it, man, because I mean, when my bro, when I went to San Diego, I called my bro. He
Same
gave me
here.
the tour of life.
I called him too.
7 straight hours, I saw all of San Diego. I saw the upscale, I saw the mid-level, and I saw the hood. I saw the Four Corners. He took me on a Navy ship. He did the world on that day.
We just got to unpack this. You got to unpack this.
I want to extend the same kind of just, touristic type. This is my town. Let me show you where I'm at. I found out on social media that my ace-born coon was in town. But go ahead, Dana, unpack.
You have to look at what team he represents, okay? He's a unicorn lover. So, unicorns are fairy tales. They're fictional. Okay? So let's begin there.
Well, hold on. Let me read what he said. I love you, bro, but it was cheeks, chicken, and grilled cheese.
Hey, you can't argue with him on that one.
I can't compete. I can't compete. And I've seen the cheeks that Joe pulls, and it's even had me second guessing who I was based upon the cheeks that I've seen him pull. I start rubbing my chin like, maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
Yes,
I ain't mad, bro.
I'm sure she did have a fairy tale, Joe. I'm sure she did.
I ain't mad, bro. I ain't mad. Come up here. He retired now. He's retired military. I'm just saying, Joe is a win. He's a retired military. a wordsmith, still young enough to get a whole nother career. I mean, Joe got it going on. So I'm just saying, I get it, bro. I get it. But I would have took you to some bomb burrito spots and we hung out. But next time you come, make sure you hit me up and we make it happen. All right, period. What's up, Sean Kinsey? I'm glad you were here. Glad you were here. So Dana, we got a special. Kwame, I had to question myself. I had to, and I'm not gonna drop the names of the ones that I have seen. Joe, but when he and I have talked, I mean, it ain't even dimes; it's quarters. It's a 50-cent piece. I mean, I'm just
a silver dollar.
I can't. A Susan B. Anthony. I can't rant. I can't hate the game. All right, so we got a special night. He's back in the green room. We're gonna unpack some stuff. We all know that a tragedy happened last night. Hit the rap community hard. Hit a lot of people hard, to be quite honest with you. And saying enough is enough that's like oversaturated. It's overused. We all know that enough is enough. But I really want to talk about what is going on, because we are being inundated with these kind of stories. When it comes to hip hop artists, rappers, or whatnot, it's like, are they just not safe anymore, or are they trying to be too relatable that they not realizing that they should be, somewhere else? So we got a guest on tonight.
That's it right there.
Can't wait to bring him on. So y'all, welcome to the. Hold on, Kwame. What name is he going by? Because the kids nowadays, you can't never just call him Billy. It's always something else. I don't want to say the wrong name. All right, here we go. So welcome to the Donta Show, the incomparable Xavier.
This is quite the production you have here, sir.
It's an experience.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you? It's
good.
A whole experience.
Well, what's going on, Dana? How you doing?
Oh, you know what? I'm good, doctor. I'm good. Amen. I'm good.
So let's dive into it. Is my screen fuzzy again? I think my screen is fuzzy again. I don't know why my screen stays so fuzzy. I have rebooted my computer. I have upgraded the Wi-Fi, all kind of stuff. But maybe I just need a new laptop.
You have to clean it afterwards.
Oh,
it's clean. My computer's saved. I don't know what you log into over there on your side of town, but my computer is saved.
Xavier.
Who have been saying that? Who said that?
Xavier, that went right over his head. He'll get it. He'll get it after the show.
He'll get it a little bit later. But shout out to Kwame for these sound bites that go into this. You are spot on with this. You all are entertaining over here. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
And the funny thing is, we don't know what he's gonna put up. We
never know.
right.
Right. It's funny seeing you guys' reactions to him too. Kwame, good job.
Just comes out of nowhere. So
Excellent.
let's dive into it. So I'm sure both of you heard the tragic news about Takeoff and whatnot and what transpired last night. And yes, it is another tragedy that has hit the hip hop community. I think that this has become, I talked about it last night about us becoming desensitized to these kind of situations, and what do we need to do to kind of heal, exhale, prepare, and whatnot. And then this happened. I woke up this morning like, you got to be kidding me.
Right.
Now it hit me differently because I, for one, love the Migos. I have seen them in concert. I saw them with Xavier. We went and saw the Migos in concert together. Big experience, and they killed it. I mean, one of my favorite hip hop groups. So
Absolutely.
Hearing about this loss, it hit differently. I felt the same way when Pop Smoke died, because I was a Pop Smoke fan.
Yeah,
I was a Young Dolph fan, and it's like these hip hop artists, they're dying, and they're dying young. Pop Smoke wasn't even legal. And he was gunned down. And you just think about, they're dying at the hands of people who look like them, one, and then gun violence. So I'm gonna let y'all jump in. And what is y'all take on? Let's just talk about Takeoff right now. What is y'all take on that?
When I heard the news this morning, like you said on your last show, we get desensitized to rappers in these spaces, or like wrong place, wrong time type of scenario. I'm thinking that most of the time when it comes to newer artists, since a lot of them are gaining instant fame due to TikTok and all those other things that kind of catapult you to that level of, you know, needing security. I remember watching a video recently where people on Twitter were surprised that Santana had security, Santana, the gay rapper. And it happens so fast when you start realizing that you're in these spaces with people who might be fans of you, but then also people who might want to do you harm. So I think that the way that, you know, rappers are coming into the game now, you either coming in with your own security or you coming in with, you know, whoever the label's willing to hire for you. And it's not much of an investment anymore, like the days of like Tupac and the days of like Biggie, where you had like, you know, the security guards, like Julius watches over Beyonce. You know, you're getting a lot of individuals that are like, you're just a dime a dozen rapper. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get paid, I'm gonna get this check. And, you know, whatever happens to you, happens to you. And I don't really know, I haven't really been in the streets in a while, so I don't really know what the hood politics are. But reading the story this morning, it just seemed like it was completely unnecessary for Takeoff to have gotten shot. So prayers and thoughts go out to his family. I'm reading on Twitter that a lot of people are blaming Quavo. And Twitter is a dangerous tool because Quavo is also grieving as well. So it's hard to kind of have, you know, your nephew gets shot and then you look at these 2 million tweets and it's like, well, you know, my homegirl was there and she said that you got into an argument with this guy and then your nephew wound up dying. He has to process this too. It's all going to be really, really sticky for like the next couple months.
Right. And I think it also just ties into just all the other artists that have been killed. The one that died at Roscoe's in LA and how folks are blaming his girlfriend.
P&B Rock.
Yeah, blaming his girlfriend, like, okay, so she can't post on Instagram that she's having some chicken and waffles. That puts people's lives at stake, posting where you're at, you know. And it's like these are guys that you know, they come from the hood, they come from the location in which they're being killed. You know, I mean, Nipsey Hussle, prime example. You know, they're all in the areas that they used to call home, the streets they used to run, with people whose language, you know, you think, well, we understand each other, so I should be safe around y'all. But then they die in these areas, which is sad. Go ahead, Dana.
I think that's the misconception of it all. When you get to a certain status in your career, and I was watching a YouTube of Deion Sanders today when he was talking to his team about what happened because his team is going to go be playing in Houston either today or tomorrow. And he was telling his team, and they're still in college, when you get to a certain status in your career, in your life, in certain places and certain things you cannot do, even though you would want to do them. It's certain things and certain people, even certain family members, you're going to have to cut off and cut out of your life and deal with them from a distance. Because what happens is I'll just say when we get to that point, we still feel that sense of comfort, but I can't think of the word, but you know what I mean. We still, comfortability to sit and go into these arenas and areas because we're familiar with it, not knowing that there's somebody there that's jealous of you. That could have been I wasn't there, we weren't there. That could have been a small argument, but that person that did that was probably already jealous of him, already had a chip on their shoulder about him. And that just gave them the ammunition to say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take you out. In any of those situations, Pop Smoke, P&B Rock, Nipsey, all the other ones that got killed. I think we just have to make conscious decisions on, you know what, I want to meet you there, but you know, if you guys are my friend, you guys come meet me in my arena where I'm going to feel safe, where I'm going to have my security, where I know who coming in and who coming out, things of that nature.
And when it comes to P&B Rock, did they catch the killers? Did they ever catch
them?
Yeah.
Was that one of them was a father and son? I think one of them was a kid, a kid and his father,
They fled to Vegas or something like that. And then they caught Nipsey's killer. You know, it's just, you think about these young black men, you're killing these high profile hip hop stars, and then you get caught, you spend the rest of your life in jail. You know, and it's like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Well, Joe just said Takeoff got shot by one of the guys that was protecting him. Is that true?
That doesn't say that. That doesn't still say. I mean, Nipsey got shot by a guy that he was just talking to earlier in the day. So that's not saying that somebody's close to you is not jealous of you.
That's true.
And even if it was presented in the, because I read that it was presented in the space of an accident. Quavo had gotten into it with this guy, and Takeoff stood up because he hears his uncle arguing with somebody, typical reaction that we all would do. And in the process of them shooting, Takeoff got hit, allegedly, right? But Dana, you said a really, really good thing that I just really want to comment on real quick. Most times, like when you want to do this music thing, like I make music, right? I'm not like in it, but I make music, right? And I watch these rappers and I watch these celebrities and stuff like that go into these spaces, and it's supposed to be a flex when you go back home. It's supposed to be a flex when you can rent out the bowling alley and get all your buddies to show up. You know what I mean? I think that they're in this situation, sad to say it, I think that they're showing us what not to do. Like, you know, the biggest flex is not being in that space, because again, Donta knows, because we work together. I see him every day, right? I'm as paranoid as if I had Migos money. You know what I mean? So I don't go into spaces for long, or I don't announce when I'm somewhere, or if I'm going somewhere. And most people are like, you're just way too private. No, it's for protection, because I don't have a big following on social media. I got 16K, but I got a lot of people in my DMs that say some off the wall stuff, right? And I can't be in spaces where I can risk that. And I would imagine that in this space with the Migos, just like you said, Dana, and I want to really highlight it, you got to remember who is around you 100%, whether they went to school with you or whatever the security, whatever the case may be, because not everybody is going to want good for you. You know what I mean? That doesn't negate people trying to do harm to you. It's people like the rappers are just not paying attention anymore.
Yeah. And Denise, I'm sorry.
D said something
important.
Betrayal,
right there. Yeah.
Betrayal never comes from a stranger.
That's the same thing I was going to chime in on.
You can't get betrayed by somebody that you don't know. You know, we got to be close to each other. You betray me, I got to let you into my space.
Look at Selena. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
But even you chimed in on what D said, and I know she's spiritual and deep, but it even goes back that this has not just been happening now. Look at Judas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I saw what you did there. Right. Right. Yeah,
catch that, Donta. Catch it. I just threw it to you.
I gasped for a quick second. I was like, oh, no, he did not, but you did it. All right, I'm here. I got you.
Okay. Okay. Everything goes back to the Bible. Nothing new under the sun. Exactly.
It ain't.
But Chris Neal said, isn't it sad that white artists don't have these issues? I beg to differ. I think the white artists
they do.
It just comes across differently. White artists are probably not getting shot down and killed by their white fans, but it's a few of them that get stabbed by stalker fans. A few of them
John Lennon.
But also too, in the current age of, because now white women are rapping. I don't know if you guys have seen the wave of white women. All of that, right? So white women are rapping now, and they're going into these spaces trying to be like the rappers, and they're getting, beat up, and it's getting filmed, right? So I would say that's the first step to all of this stuff happening to them. I mean, you go into these spaces for a flex, right? Ain't nobody gonna beat me. No, there are people out there that will show you how vulnerable you are. And I think that white people go into spaces with the audacity of it. But no, it's happening. It's a thing.
It's definitely happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they probably I know Chris is trying to challenge it, but they're not getting gunned down the way we see hip hop artists are. But there's also a different
especially
culture.
Not in no hood, because they ain't from the hood. There's a different culture to get done down there.
Yeah, you won't see white hip hop artists. Go ahead, Dana.
No, I'm just saying they ain't getting gunned down and stuff, but they got homeboys to probably be like, "Hey, man, sniff this."
Right, I mean, it's the truth. Mac Miller, right? Right. Mac Miller died from his dealer.
Exactly. So it does.
Allegedly.
No, it was confirmed. No, that happened. You can look that up now.
I know.
So Daryl said, "Is mental illness with white folks and thugs and gangs with black folks?" Yeah, the narrative is spun differently. Same situation, but how it's presented to us is totally different. Like they still ain't called Anne Heche a drug head, still. but allegedly she was having some kind of breakdown. So how they do it, they just frame it totally different. But do you think that current hip hop or rap, the violence associated with it that comes with it is totally different than what we saw back in the 80s and 90s with hip hop artists? Because I know we had the whole Biggie Pac feud. We had, Shine shooting up the club. We had all this stuff happening. So is hip hop just violent, period?
I think that, just really quickly, I think back in the day, that stuff was 10 times worse than what's going on right now.
We just didn't have
and the
social
reason,
media.
it just wasn't caught on camera. Like, if Death Row Records, I mean, we talking like real, like, hood politics. Like, we gonna handle this the hood way. A lot of these young guys coming in now, they're doing it for clout. So you're trying to live the thing that you're rapping about because it sounds cool. Back then, that was what they was doing that. they was going to the Source Awards after dropping a body. Like it wasn't for clout. Clout wasn't a thing then. Like, it was like either you live in it or you not.
That is true. I think right now it's reckless. It's reckless.
I agree.
It's reckless.
If it has to be a thing, yes.
It was intentional because they was really from the streets. I think now we have a lot of manufactured thugs. We got a lot of manufactured artists that's only hard on wax, but at home, they putting on Avon skin so soft so they can have smooth skin. But I think it's a different breed right now. I think we had artists back in the day that was really on the grind. They was trying to make it, but now it's just a different look. Even when I look at how hip hop artists, their fashion now, you wouldn't catch Ice Cube in none of the stuff they're wearing right now. Ice Cube always had on some khakis, a Dickies jacket and a Pro Club. I don't care what's going on. The Chicago hip hop artists, they didn't put on. I mean, it changed with Bad Boy. Bad Boy
some of it, because when you look back in the day with Grandmaster Flash and all of them, they was wearing tight leather pants and stuff.
They was also
shirts.
New York. They was New York.
No, I'm just saying. But I mean,
West Coast didn't do that. Which I did in New York, yeah. But West Coast.
Well, New York is the fashion capital of the world. It's not. You cannot tie it to New York and then blame New York for shifting the game of how people were dressing. I mean, Lil' Kim was the first female. No. Wait a minute, because we're not going to do that. I'm from Philly. Lil' Kim was the first female rapper.
I'm from Philly.
Lil' Kim was the first female rapper to bring high fashion into hip hop. Like that she's from New York.
Yeah,
like,
she was Bad Boy. Like
y'all female rappers out here on the West Coast was wearing Dickie suits just like y'all. Like
now they wear leotards and stuff.
We had rap chicks. Y'all had dolls. I mean, I'm just saying. The New York. Thank you, artist Joe Mack. New Yorkers are weird anyway. Period. From Buffalo on down.
Oh, please.
See, there you go. The lies. There you go. This bitch. I'm telling you, trifling.
Perfect, Kwame. Thank you.
The
lies.
So I want to take a quick commercial break, and we're gonna come back and unpack some more of this hip hop stuff. Then, because I also want to unpack the difference between hip hop and rap, because there is a complete difference between a hip hop artist and a rapper. So I want to unpack that as well. And Village, if you're watching us on Facebook Live or YouTube, please by all means put in your comments and what you think the difference is between a hip hop artist and a rapper. Or if you don't think there's a difference at all, just let it go. So we're going to take a commercial break and be right back. We are back for the second half of the Donta Show with special guest Xavier. Our boys love flowers over there on the IG. So we started we started the conversation talking about, you know, just the tragic deaths that constantly seem to hit the rap community. I mean, we've lost a lot of rappers over the last few years. Many of them have been prominent, are on their way to the next level of fame, but they've either been gunned down, you know, or something tragic has happened to them where they gotten life sentences in jail for, you know, doing crimes, whatever the case may be. So we're just trying to see what is going on with the rap community or the hip hop community. I posed a question before we went to the break: rap and hip hop. Is there a difference between rap and hip hop? So what do you think, Dana and Xavi?
I think hip hop is more of a culture. Hip hop is a culture. You can't say you dress rap. You dress hip hop. Hip hop is like MCing, DJing, graffiti, breakdancing, and the term hip hop to me includes like other lifestyles and trends. Like I said, the way you dress, the slang, and the whole mindset. That's what hip hop means to me. Rap to me is more like poetry, combination of poetry and a rhythm, spoken word to a beat, you know, something like that. But hip hop is more of a culture thing.
Xavi?
I agree. I think that today's conversation, because hip hop has changed so much, right? Like in the past, I say 30 years alone, it's changed so much. So you get a lot of individuals that come in that want to be rappers, right? But they don't realize like the rapping is associated with hip hop. So if you're a rapper, you can do a pop song and be a pop artist. You know what I mean? Rapping is the art of laying something down on a track, whereas hip hop, like Dana said, is the culture. And we get a lot of rappers, but we don't get a lot of people that are mastering the art of hip hop right now.
Exactly.
Like, it's that you get a lot of pop chart that are rappers. You know what I mean? Like they making pop songs. That's where the money is, but that's all they know how to do, or they're manufactured, right? A rapper can have their raps written for them, but if you live and breathe hip hop, that's a whole different beast.
Yep.
So is Drake a rapper or a hip hop artist?
You're not gonna do this to me because you know I love Drake. So you asked that question because you're trying to be messy. Drake is a rapper. He's not hip hop. Drake can rap. He kind of do that little thing with the auto tune, but Drake is a pop artist. He's not a rapper. He can do the hip hop genre, but he's a pop artist. His number ones came from pop songs. The hood's still trying to accept some of Drake's hard stuff.
Drake has hard stuff? Okay.
Yes, he does. Don't play with me.
So Joe said, perfect example, Black Thought equals hip hop. Andre 3000 equals hip hop. Lil Yachty is a rapper and he's trash. You know, and you know, I think at this point, anybody with little, you know, in front of their name, I kind of side eye.
Joe is a mess.
The only little person that I give props to is Lil Wayne. You know, I think Lil Wayne is hip hop. You know, but the rest of them, I don't know about, you know, isn't it? Don't we got like a little baby? We got little.
We got all of them.
They all little, and I'm not sure what they're able to do. I see the Thai Squad is jumping up in here. What's up, Thai Squad? Thai Squad, we asked the question: hip hop versus rap. You know, what's the difference? And Dana and Xavi so eloquently broke it down.
I want to really quickly. I want to challenge Joe Mack because Joe Mack said Drake is hip hop, and he talking to Drake's number one fan. Drake is not hip hop. I don't want y'all to get confused with manufactured sounds. Manufactured sounds. Those are not that. Drake is not hip hop. Drake is a pop artist that can rap. Like Doja Cat is a pop artist that can rap. Drake is not Jay-Z. Please do not put the two in the same category. Drake is not Tupac. He is not Biggie. Drake is Drake, a pop artist. He's L Cool J. Like, let's stop. Let's not do that.
Oh.
Ooh, that took a lot for you to say, huh? But I appreciate you being honest about it, and thank you for bringing up Jay-Z. I think a lot of folks, I think a lot of the new generations that's thinking they the king or whatever is still underestimating Jay-Z and the legacy he created. I just think that, sad to say. And Zabi, we talked about this, the bar that Jay-Z dropped on I'm talking about God. God. I mean, let's just. Hey, how are you? Yeah. I think that what Drake did on DJ Khaled's it was the most savage verse I've heard in years. In years, because I think the current rappers, they don't have the skill set to ride a beat and tell a story the way Jay-Z did on that verse. Have you heard it, Dana?
Yes, I'm agreeing.
Jay-Z's
hip hop.
You know,
Wu-Tang is hip hop.
Oh, Wu-Tang. I mean, they're in a class by themselves. I mean,
Griselda's hip hop.
They're incomparable. They're incomparable. Now, what about Kanye?
That's an interesting. Stop. That's an interesting. That Kanye's a hard one. I think that's why people get so upset with him when he does what he does. Like, Kanye's a hard one. I mean, he has the makings of a pop artist, but he changed the hip hop game. So it's like it's really hard to put him in one or the other, because Kanye, you can hear hip hop in Kanye, but Kanye does a lot of things to bend the genre, right? Like, you think the Yeezus album was all dark electronic, all of that. You know what I mean? And he's hard. I think that's why people get so uptight about Kanye, because Kanye is, he can rap, he can write too. So it's hard with Kanye. That's why you get so disappointed in him sometimes.
I think that's the concern right now, because Kanye, Jay, you gonna say something really corny and just
no. I was gonna ask him what was Kirk Franklin then? Is he hip hop?
Oh, stop it. Next question.
Come on now. So when it comes to Kanye, I was just gonna say, I think that's the thing right now, is because Kanye is doing so much stuff. It's like if Kanye dropped the album right now, folks would be kind of torn. Like, man, Kanye is hip hop. Kanye can spit. Kanye can write. Kanye is a beast. But I'm like, man, I just don't feel like supporting Kanye right now. And the album could be fire, but it just goes under the radar because of what he is doing. And I think that now
Kanye birthed the new generation of rappers that you have right now. Kanye birthed Drake, and he birthed the little Yachty's and all the other stuff. Kanye showed y'all that it was okay to sample these R&B songs more than what we had been seeing in efforts to not look soft. He changed hip hop. It's hard, it's hard to be mad at him, but he's doing too much right now.
I think as a producer, because he did a lot of Jay-Z stuff, I think as a producer, Kanye's a hip hop producer, but as a rapper, I think as a lyricist, I think he's a rapper. I think as a producer, he's a hip hop producer, but when it comes to rapping, I think he's just a straight rapper. And he had,
I'll take that.
Now let's flip it over to the damsels. To females. And I mean, I'm sorry, I don't care what nobody say. Cardi B cannot rap.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you think about it, Cardi B is living Jocelyn Hernandez's fantasy, right? Like, this is all manufactured reality television show stuff. There are girls in the hood of the Bronx that will walk around spitting lyrics, got the tone. They on some like Foxy Kim type stuff, but they making it their own, right? Those are women coming in wanting to be rappers. Cardi B's a product. They made her. She wasn't hip hop.
I think, and Joe said old Cardi B before the mainstream was hard. Yes, old Cardi B had a totally different sound. Just like old battle rap Nicki Minaj, totally different than the
Yeah,
here right now because
100%.
Minaj,
But
the battle rap
the girls
Nicki
were
Minaj,
also rapping. The girls were also rapping about the stuff that the boys that they were hanging out with was doing. They wasn't
and they
living
were
that
going
like
against the
Kim and
boys.
Foxy was. They wasn't living it like, you know what I mean. So it's just you can if you can't sense like when a female rapper or a male rapper or whatever the case may be is giving you some manufactured partisan Fontaine wrote this for me. If you can't sense that, you got to question your hip hop. Like you got to be able to know when these people got ghostwriters. Like you're not even living that. Like Cardi wasn't really living it. She was just around the people that was.
And now we got all these females in hip hop that are atrocious. They're atrocious.
We got every doll under the sun. We got Asian doll, Brat doll, China doll, Black doll. And I'm just like, all right, y'all. Like,
yeah, Super doll, Mini doll, Batgirl doll. It's all just there. And you know, and I hate to rain on female in the industry because make your bag. I'm not mad. You make your money.
100%.
You know, make your money,
100%.
but don't profess to be the best or the greatest or whatever because you're not. You know, Kyrie put it. He says the only female rappers with talent now are Meg, Rhapsody, and Chica. Rhapsody is very underwhelmed. You know, I mean, not underwhelmed.
Chica Chica's underrecognized too. She got great underrecognized.
Meg is good except for this last album.
And disclaimer for everybody. Disclaimer for everybody watching. No, I hate that song. Disclaimer for everybody watching this. Like Dante said, we are not saying that all these female rappers can't eat. We just talked about having a little everything under the sun, right? But there has to be something different in this space. Like there can't just be, you know, now I guess the Nicki knockoffs now. Like they're not, you know, like Nicki's a Kim knockoff. Like it's just
You know, I think Kyrie left one person off of that list that is a beast. And I know you probably I hope you guys agree with me, but Remy Ma is a beast. She's one of my favorite lyricists.
Okay.
Remy Ma is
I'm not.
I think ever since she came out, she's been.
Remy was good.
Okay, wait a minute. No.
You don't think so?
You think that she's a beast because of Sheether. Prior to, you wasn't bumping Conceited. You didn't listen to her verse on Lean Back. Stop playing. I see you.
What?
I see you. You ain't.
He said I did.
Conceited was an anthem in the Rainbow
crazy. I love Remy Ma. It's her, Remy Ma, Rhapsody, Foxy Brown,
Eve.
What's the other Charlie Baltimore, son? Come on.
Charlie Baltimore.
Okay. She had 2 songs. All right.
I'm just saying she had 2 songs, but they had verses, man, lyrics.
Charlie Baltimore?
Come on.
Really?
Man.
He said Charlie Baltimore. Redhead Charlie Baltimore.
You might as well say Soleil. Just put
Soleil. All of.
I think the Brat is underrated. I think the Brat can outflow half of them out there today. Right now, the Brat still can drop bars.
100%. She can flow. 100%.
MC Light is an icon. You know,
100%.
You know, underrated. Queen Latifah is an icon. You know,
100%.
But they don't get the props that they should be getting right now because
Brandon they didn't even rap.
But they didn't show they bodies.
Oh,
you know,
Rod Digger. Oh my God.
Rod Digger, who did that?
What are we doing?
Right, but I think right now, any female that comes out that is not in a corset, you know, or bustier is not going to get any props. Any girl that comes out that's covered, you know, are wearing a decent pantsuit and a ponytail, you know, she's not going to get the props she can get, even though she can outspit all of them out there. Sadly, we have made women in hip hop sex symbols. They got sex sales. Look at Sweetie. Sweetie is talentless.
Oh, stop it. She's grieving right now.
But I mean, Okay, too soon. Sorry. Yes.
Too
But
soon. Sweetie is working on it right now. She is not the model female rapper. She gets a lot of she is a rapper. She is not hip hop.
Ooh, and been saying that. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Hey. People, they play her stuff on the radio.
He
She
said
rhymes.
talentless.
She's a rapper.
talentless.
Let her be pretty and do her thing.
It's like putting Tokyo Vanity on the list.
Stop it.
How
I
are
like
these girls getting deals and contracts?
But you didn't like my best friend Finna? What's wrong with you? Used to get me hype in the club. Y'all are the worst.
But let's go back. Let's go back to the dudes. Let's go back to the dudes. I think a lot of guys get older. Like one of my favorites is Mos Def. I think Mos Def is amazing to this day. I think Jada Kiss. People didn't give him his props until the verses. We're like, oh my God, Jada Kiss is really hip hop. Jada Kiss is hip hop.
Nas,
an icon. But I think that a lot of these current rappers think they've arrived because they're selling out arenas. But the game is different. You can promote your stuff on social media. You can get a whole bunch of folks that don't even know what rap and hip hop is to follow you on social media. You get
or just have 1 million followers on TikTok and do something stupid.
Yeah.
And then get, more of it. I'm gonna make a song now. Okay.
And I think back in the day, the grind was different. You had to sell out local spots and whatnot. Getting to an arena was unheard of. It was just unheard of. But now we have these new guys that's coming out and they're on tour and they're selling out everywhere. But the music is just like, what are y'all talking about? And I don't want
to. And the guys never really have to like match the other guys in the room. Like one thing that I'll say about Nicki and her journey was she had to go toe to toe with Wayne. You know what I mean? So I could imagine how many things she wrote and he was like, nah, that ain't it. You know what I mean? And when she would hop on a track with Wayne, who is a GOAT, she would her punchline metaphors were they're on point. Now whether she wrote it, I don't know. But her punchline and metaphors were on point. The guys don't have to do that. Like if you lame as a rapper, your homie can be lame too, and it's just okay. But the women gotta they gotta step in the room with the guys and I gotta rap about my body and sell sex and this metaphor needs to be the nastiest thing that you heard because tomorrow that needs to be the headline. It's that's not cool.
I think Kyrie hit it dead on the head. He says back then you had to have actual talent. Now all you need is followers. Because followers equate ticket sales, equate to record sales, equate to money. It's all about followers, and my sister works in the industry and I sent her somebody that I thought was great. And she's like, yo, dude is great. Dude is phenomenal. Let's look at his Instagram. And she went to his Instagram. He didn't have a lot of IG followers. To me, it was a lot, but she's like, that's not enough followers for a record label to even consider him because he doesn't have followers. And it's sad that the industry has now turned that way, but it's like, how many folks you got following you? If you don't have this follow machine behind you, I don't care how much talent you got, you're going to be too hard to market because you got to
record labels. They're not making artists anymore.
Yeah.
And record labels don't invest in them like that.
They don't. Go ahead.
I said, you work in the industry, so it's a lot of phenomenal singers out there, but they'll never get the break because they don't have the social media following like, somebody that can't even hold a note has because they saying period, so.
And Xavi, you said something just that was real true. Record labels are not making artists anymore.
Nah.
There's these labels or lack thereof labels. None of them have any artist development departments anymore. None of them, because they want you to already come, like you said, with your numbers, with your following, with your gimmick, with your plan. They want everything together. They don't have to do nothing but just put a little machine behind you and push you out. And I don't think that's fair to real artists, to true artists, because there's people out there that's working their asses off that will never get a shot because they're not related to somebody, one. And I say this all the time, 90% of this industry is who you know. The other 10% is talent. So, and that, if you can know a billion people and have no talent, but you'll blow up. But then they'll step in and try to make you the artist that they want you to be.
Or take credit for it.
Right.
You come with the followers and you got your TikTok challenge popping. I read an article like a week ago. One of the artists that I follow, she has a pretty big following in the UK. She said the hardest thing for her right now, she sold stadium tours, thousands of people. The hardest thing for her right now is that her label keeps reminding her to go on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is the game? It's different. It's not what it used to be.
They got that in certain. I've seen in contracts or certain things where you have a vocal lesson, you have gym workout, then you got 2 hours of putting content on social media.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's
so
weird.
I wonder all these beefs that you're seeing between these stars. Is this in your contract to have a beef with Cardi and Cardi to respond to you? And I'm like, come on, what is all about? But I want to hit what Ty just said, which is honestly true. JJ Fad will be superstars in today's landscape because you cannot, ignore the fact that Supersonic was a mega hit back in 1987, 86. It was a mega hit. Talentless, but it was a mega hit. If they drop Supersonic right now, JJ Fad would be double platinum.
They would feature the City Girls.
They probably had the City Girls. Yep.
They'd have the City Girls. Yeah.
JJ Fad now.
Thais, y'all probably just spoke something into his existence.
They better pay y'all, Thais.
Because they about to put that out next week.
City Girls will redo Supersonic. They're gonna redo Supersonic. So we got 6 minutes left. So y'all, really, we got into today's conversation just talking about the tragic losses that we have seen within the rap community. Just young black men, basically before they're rappers, hip hop artists. These are young black men who are getting gunned down in neighborhoods that they deem to be safe because it's the streets they used to walk. And I remember one time Ice Cube did an interview with someone and he said that the hood talked about him because he moved out of the hood.
Right, exactly.
And he said, I moved out the hood because I could no longer live comfortably in the hood because somebody was always watching how I move, And it's unfortunate that we want these celebrities to pour back into their neighborhoods, yada, yada, yada. Nipsey did it. Sad to say, look what happened. So we think about what happened, last night, and Pop Smoke and Young Dolphin, all these artists. A lot of them know their names because I don't know all the hip hop artists, but we seeing it on TMZ all the time. Hip hop artists such and such shot and killed. Rapper such and such was shot and killed down New Orleans, down here, down there, and it's like it's unfortunate because these are young black men, and all they want to do was succeed and get out the hood. That's it. Succeed and get out the hood. Kyrie said earlier they need to have a hip hop summit, but who would they listen to? Well, Kyrie, then it goes back to, are these hip hop artists or are they rappers? If they are manufactured rappers, they're not interested in having a summit talking about the hip hop community.
A culture.
They're not interested. It's like a straight dude that only takes the D on the weekend. He doesn't want to go to the Pride Festival or the Pride Parade or go to an LGBTQ conference because he's like, I ain't really gay. I'm just only gay on the weekends when I get bored. So these rappers...
Well, he might go if I ask him to go. How about that?
So these rappers, they're not really hip hop. They just rapping to get some money. Let me get some money. Let me get a coin. Let me get a new whip. Let me get a Maybach. Let me get some gold. Let me get a new grill because I'm a rapper. The hip hop culture is not something they're thinking about. They ain't trying to keep that alive. So going to a summit for what?
They're just trying to get that money.
Yeah, that's shmoney. I could be out making my bread. So, Xavier, give folks some closing comments about how they can find you on social media, listen to your music, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate being here with y'all today. I'm Boys Love Flowers on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, all of that good stuff on Instagram, and then also on Twitter. Shoot me a message, shoot me a follow. I follow back. I'm looking to build out more community in my music space, so all are welcome. Critique my stuff. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. So I appreciate you guys.
Love it. Love it. And closing comments to anybody out there that may be thinking Thais just gave the benediction. It is okay to leave your past hood if it is not beneficial to your future.
That's the word.
Hip hop artists, that's for anybody.
Woo.
It is okay to leave your past/hood if it is not beneficial to your future. Listen, if you know that is not the environment you want to exist in, pack your stuff and go. Get the U-Haul and go. And whoever wants to stay behind, let them stay, because like George Jefferson said, we are moving on up. So thank you, Thais, for that benediction. We receive it. We appreciate it. And I hope that fell into someone's spirit so they can stop trying to be the help all to everybody and realize that you have been elevated for a reason to go shift legacy, shift your generation and all that. So I'm just saying, and thank you, Joe, for just remember, Shy Pizza is better than New York pizza at the end of the day.
Joe, have you had him on the show yet? I want to watch that one.
Joe's our brother. Funny. Joe's that brother. Joe's that brother that come out of nowhere and just say something sideways.
Joe is funny. Joe, all respect to me, Joe.
Shy Pizza, Shy Pie is better than that slice they eat down in Brooklyn and the Bronx. So period.
Got it.
Point blank. All right. So Dana, how can they find you on Instagram and all that kind of stuff?
At DNA716, you can find me on there. You can look at my music or what I'm doing and little comedy stuff to keep you smiling throughout the day. I know some of us be having bad days. Check out my page. I guarantee you're going to crack your side.
Most def. You can also follow me on Instagram, Donta_Morrison, Donta_Morrison. And for those who are tuning into the Donta Show for the first time, if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button and subscribe to the Donta Show. I'm so sorry that I am fuzzy. I will have this fixed by next week, and you will see me clear as day. But maybe God is blocking me for reason. Come on. So I ask you, just hit that like button and subscribe to the show. Also, check out some of the past episodes that we've had. Check out Joe's past episodes. He's a wordsmith that just spits poems like nobody's business. All right. So, Village, we love you. We appreciate you. We thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for just staying up with us. I try to be the Arsenio for you guys on the East Coast, coming on at 8 o'clock at night.
We're the Byron Allen.
The Byron Allens, speak it so that money can fall.
Let's go.
And if anyone out there is interested in having a show like the Donta Show or Tyrese Report or anything else on Pyro Media Network, check out pyromedianetwork.com. Get you a free consultation. And they will navigate you through the experience. Joe, you want to come on next week? Say less, bruh. Say less. We'll have you on next week. Kwame, can you have someone reach out to Joe and we'll get you on next week? All good, bro. Anytime. So check out Pyro Media. Check out all the shows, all the content. Follow Pyro Media on YouTube. Hit that like button as well. So, we love you. We appreciate you. Be safe for the rest of the week. And we will see you next Monday right here on Facebook Live and YouTube, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Good night and God bless.
Watch this.